What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916 getting down with Fresh Out. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, represent, and go to freshoutseries.com and pick you up a bar of soap and wash your funky ass. Come on, man. You got to clean that thing. I'm here with the homie Daniel, and we kicking some game for you guys, lacing you up. So go get your pen and pad because you're going to want to get some notes on this one. Daniel, man, this is a topic that I heard you talk about on another podcast, man, and I'm like, this dude right here, man, he's laced up on the history, on the geographics, and just really what's going on in American culture. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to talk about this, but, you know, you hear a lot of talk about the blacks and reparations and, you know, what they should be getting and, you know, the 40 acres and a mule, but nobody talks about, you know, I don't ever hear anybody from the Mexican culture talking about, you know, what they're entitled to, what they should be getting. But I see a lot of Mexican people just getting their bread on just making things happen, but you don't hear about it in Congress because it's not a selling point for a certain political party. What's your take on all that, man?
Well, first of all, I think, you know, a lot of people have a problem about stuff when I speak about stuff, but if they would take a minute out their day to maybe pick up a book or do some research or ask some of the elders from any of the tribes, you know, whether it's Cherokee, Lakota, the Chichimeja tribe, and find out where our true indigenous roots come from, you know. So we've been brainwashed to believe that we're separate people, so-called black people and so-called Latino or Hispanic, right? And there's the whole ideology of the Atlantic slave trade. But come to find out, or truth be told, most of the so-called Africans or African-American people are actually indigenous to this land. You know, they were already here. Columbus didn't find nothing new. There were already people here, you know, and he was in search while he was studying prophecy and scripture, trying to find a holy people that were promised a land that was located to the west, which was essentially us. And when he came on this land, he called us Indians because he thought he landed in India, which it wasn't true, you know. But we're melanated people. Some contain a little bit more melanin than others, you know, but we're still indigenous to this land. This land is ours, you know. So all this reparations and stuff that they want to give, you know, 40 acres and a mule or whatever, that's frivolous. That wouldn't account for anything, you know. That's blasphemy against our people, black and brown. We need our land back, point blank. There's no amount of money that can substantiate the amount of killing and bloodshed that's been done on our people, point blank period. You know, so I don't know. It would be somebody at me asking you, hey, how much do you think you're worth? Are you worth 40 acres and a mule? Hell nah. I think you're priceless. And
you know, when I hear those arguments and I hear, you know, they're having these summits and stuff, at the end of the day, man, if I can keep you thinking that you're a victim, you're never going to try to even get past where you're at. You're going to stay treading in the water waiting for me to hand you something. And You're creating a class hierarchy to where we're up here, but if we can make you think that you're right here, you're never going to try to excel beyond that point. So you'll only feel like you said your value is worth this much when my value is limitless. For you guys to try to place a value on what I'm worth is disrespectful. Right. It's like disrespecting, telling you, oh man, you're only worth this. It's whatever I say it's worth. So, you know, there's a lot of that, and I've done this a lot of research too. When you start telling people, hey, not everybody. There was no ship that brought everybody from. You mean to tell me there was no darker skinned people here? You mean to tell me like and as you get more into the history of Mexico and just like you said, Latino and Hispanic. They've created a big divide among us, man, which keeps us divided, which united we would be, it would be crazy. They know that. They know the power behind that and the mentality and what we're capable of doing. So that big divide with the skin color and the actual descriptions of African American, you know, Hispanic American, you know, just the separation. And a lot of people don't do their homework. But, you know, like we talked before, people don't know about the pyramids that are over here. Right. People don't know about certain things that represent, like, historically, this is, you know, the original Egypt.
Right.
You know, but if you look at like a lot of the similarities between us, and they keep pointing to the Middle East, dude, that whole there's a lot of things that they just wiped out, and they figured that if we didn't have the books, we were never going to get the information.
Right. They've done a great job on this indoctrination. This whole system this construct that they built with the school system on you giving, well, how many of your years are you giving to the school system for somebody else to educate you? Where are these books of the curriculum coming from? Is it coming from us? No, it's not. Is it our history that we're learning? No, it's not. Are you learning anything about your indigenous roots? No, you're not. Are you learning anything about survival, how to plant crops, how to grow your food, how to anything about how the sun through photosynthesis gives you energy because of your melanin? They're not telling you any of that. They're telling you put sunscreen on. They're telling you stay out of the sun.
Yeah.
Take away that energy, that frequency that your pineal gland is giving to your body, bro. They don't want you to learn nothing about that. They teach you literally how to be a slave. Go to a doctor and let me give you these pills that are gonna keep you sedated until your death. That's all it is. That's why the whole thing with Dr. Sebi, he got taken out. Everybody that seems to bring some sort of truth or benefit to our people, they end up gone, bro. And I think part of it is our fault too, by creating this divide and separation. And I think that comes from when we grow up in poverty, or we grow up in not having a lot of stuff, and we finally get something or a check, we harness it and we're like, man, this is mine. Get back, this is mine. Or we hate on the next man, when we should really be like, here, you know what? How can I help you out?
That's right.
Because I'm gonna help you make it, and when you make it, you can help me out.
That's
and
right.
Let's keep on moving forward. You know what I mean? But we don't do that, bro. We haven't had things for so long that when we get something, we're kind of stingy with it. So we got to wake up in that aspect, I think. But yeah, bro, that 40 acres and a mule, or whatever the reparations are, a lot of people are gonna feel content and getting or seeing a couple of $1,000 or however much they think that they're gonna give people or our people, and that's the first thing you need to get out of your mind. That money's gonna be gone, that check's gonna be gone, and then where are you gonna be at? You're still gonna be under slavery. You're still not gonna own any land.
No.
People get all happy and content about, oh, I bought a house, I just paid off my house. Do you own the land that it's on? No, you don't.
No.
Oh, I just paid off my car. Are you paying your insurance? Stop paying your insurance. See if you can drive that car on the land. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they have no idea what a allodial title or true sovereignty is.
Right.
And so, when people talk about, oh, I want to own this, and then, these these powers that be that keep talking about, oh, you'll own nothing and be happy. They want us to be serfs and for us to be content with just living in this state of just complacency, which, trying to like, bring information, which, I already know I can't help everybody, but I can share information. That's why I like bringing you people like you on my platform to share information, because hearing it from you rather than coming from me, people look at, man, this dude, he knows what's up too. It's like, man, how can I get laced up? You can wake somebody up, and all we can do is wake people up, to go out there and seek the information. If you're not ready, even if I told you, it wouldn't give you any benefit, because you wouldn't be able to comprehend it, because you're not spiritually open to, you're not ready, it's not your time yet. But having, like I said, different conversations among different cultures, opening up, different dialogue is the only way we're going to be able to move forward as far as in humanity, and really get out of this, slave mentality where, I'm going to give you something and this is all you're worth, because it's like you said, the people writing the books, the people, doing the educational curriculum, they already know the big game. They play the long game.
Yep.
They know, man, they're not trying to have me or you living next to them.
Right.
They want to keep us in a certain thing, and then they throw, little brownie points to the other ones to make sure that if so they don't have to do it, they have them do it for them to keep us in our place.
We're too busy trying to be rich, a quick buck, bro, and we're not thinking about the real thing of being wealthy. Rich is just maybe for your lifetime, if you're gonna make that amount of money.
Yeah.
But having real wealth is generational.
That's
Why
right.
wouldn't you want to have that?
That's right.
Let's make that happen. And first, how do you do that? By educating yourself, on your health, so you can live long enough to educate your seed. So yeah, bro, we just need to get this mindset out of our minds of we think we know everything. Because I was like that in my 20s, in my early 20s, I thought I knew everything.
Yeah.
And I didn't know shit.
No, I totally agree, man. I'm almost 50 now, and I'm just thinking, man, I wish I would have had this game in my 20s, because
Yeah.
in your 20s, you think you're making moves, and you're like, man, you wasn't really doing shit.
Yeah.
I was a lost soul, man, and it wasn't, it took years to, and crossing paths with other individuals, and it's almost like, which we've lost a lot of that, but how and the natives used to have like these elders. These elders would take you on certain spiritual journeys, and you would get this insight, but we don't have that. So these kids now, their journey entails listening to some bullshit or doing some drugs, and it's like they're so detached from what's really who they are. They don't even know they don't even have no identity.
Yeah.
Because they have no sense of from where they came or where they belong.
And think about it, in our 20s, bro, our late teenage years, 17, 18, 15, 16, that's when we have our most stamina, and we're ready to fight.
Yeah,
we're ready to fight, bro, and we waste all that time fighting each other. We're out here smoking each other.
Yeah.
Real warriors out here smoking each other, and we only turn around and do time with our enemies, our so-called enemies that we're gonna be throwing spreads with and all that. Like, for what? For what? Well, there's a bigger enemy out here killing all of us.
Yeah.
If we were to wake up and use all that energy for better to benefit our people, imagine what we could do.
No, you made a great point, man. I mean, I said at the end of the day, they lock both of us up, and then we're sitting here in captivity by some other cat who's running everything, and we're sitting there like, dude, why were we even having this? We had this beef on the street, but we should have been able to enjoy this on our freedom.
Yeah.
But we're sitting up in here locked up, waiting for somebody to lock us down. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. You look at it. You look at it like, man, I'm right here to calling this guy my enemy, and he grew up on the same rice and beans I did.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, bro.
No, that's real talk, man. Hey, Big Herc 916 and Daniel getting down fresh out. You tired of smelling like stanky butt, funky armpits? Wash your ass. Go to FreshOutSeries.com and pick you up a bar of soap.